The House Oversight Committee is in the beginning stages of planning a hearing on UFOs. This follows claims from a whistleblower that the U.S. government is keeping secret its studies of an extraterrestrial craft. Air Force veteran and former intelligence official David Grusch sat down with investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who's reporting for News Nation. Coulthart is an award-winning journalist and author who has reported for the Australian version of 60 Minutes, as well as other programs. He has spent years investigating the UFO question. Grusch said the military has kept a UFO program secret from the public and from Congress for decades.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will. It's probably not the right parlance, but no kidding, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
The revelations have sparked up debate in public view and a slew of articles this week, some calling for full disclosure by the government of any and all information on non-human aircraft. And the interest in UFOs may only intensify as Congress gears up for this hearing, when we could hear from David Grusch, this time testifying. Investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who interviewed Grusch, joins us now. And Ross, I got to tell you, the public reaction to this interview has been really strong and deeply divided between those who've long believed the government has such craft and those who believe that those who do believe it are wearing tinfoil hats. Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised in the least, Elizabeth. I think we're all entitled to be sceptical. I think what Mr. Grusch wants, though, is for his allegations to be tested. I mean, one of the things I think that people need to remember is he has given evidence under oath to both of the intelligence committees in the Congress, the House Intelligence Committee and the Senate Intelligence Committee, and he's also given evidence under oath to the Inspector General of the intelligence community. And his allegations have been supported by the Inspector General as being both urgent and credible.
When you say his allegations were found, I mean, the IG is taking the complaint, it's urgent and credible. Is it urgent and credible that he suffered some sort of blowback for trying to make this public, or that his actual story itself about extraterrestrial craft is urgent and credible?
Well, what we do know is that in support of Mr. Grusch's allegations, a number of people did testify in camera to the Inspector General, and they supported Mr. Grusch's allegations. We know that Mr. Grusch has given allegedly the locations of where these craft are stored, the names of the people in charge of the program, and the gatekeepers allegedly controlling access to that program, both from within the Pentagon and from apparently a private aerospace company.
And you did very carefully vet David Grusch before you sat down with him.
Absolutely. Mr. Grusch is, I've spoken probably to a dozen people in the intelligence community who've confirmed that David Grusch is a person of absolutely impeccable reputation. He left the military in April with high commendations from his commanders, and as was seen by people earlier this week in the debrief, in the article by Leslie Kane and Ralph Blumenthal, there are people who've spoken on the record in support of Mr. Grusch's claims, including a bird colonel called Carl Nell, who's basically supported the fact that, quote, we are not alone.
10 seconds.
Extraordinary allegations that I know require require extraordinary evidence, but the simple fact is they need proof.
I got to ask you, 10 seconds. Do you believe him?
I do. I think he's highly credible, and I think his allegations should be investigated.
All right. Ross Coulthart, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Good to have you on the show, and congratulations on the interview. And tune in this Sunday to hear new exclusive revelations about this alleged secret government program as part of an hour-long special, We Are Not Alone, the UFO Whistleblower Speaks. It debuts exclusively on News Nation at 9 p.m. Eastern. It'll be followed by a live hour of in-depth analysis anchored by News Nation's senior national correspondent, Brian Enton.